Hello racing fans! On the weekend of the 21st to 22nd of September 2024, F1 Academy held the 5th round of its 2024 season in Singapore. In the previous video, we erroneously said that this round would be in Shanghai, China. This was likely due to being very excited for round 1 of the 2026 season, and we apologise for the confusion. The 2.94 kilometre, 19-turn street circuit at Marina Bay welcomed former Formula Winter, British F4 and Formula Trophy UAE driver Ella Lloyd as the wildcard, driving the F1 Academy liveried number 5 car for Prema. Hamda Alkhabazi also had a special livery on her Red Bull car that evoked dazzle camouflage and set her apart from the rest of the pack visually. Qualifications were rather straightforward, although Amna span out in Sector 1 and Chambers was set to be investigated after the session for speeding in the pit lane. For Race 1, the grid looked like P1 Abby Pulling, P2 Maya Verg, P3 Dorian Pan, P4 Leah Block, P5 Hamda Alkhabazi, P6 Chloe Chambers, P7 Nerea Marti, P8 Ella Lloyd, P9 Bianca Bustamante, P10 Carrie Schreiner, P11 Tina Hausman, P12 Lola Lovinfoss, P13 Jessica Edgar, P14 Emily de Hoyce, P15 Aurelia Nobles, and P16 Amna Alkhabazi. At the start of the formation lap, Bustamante indicates that she is having an issue, so a second formation lap is added, reducing the overall lap count to 11 and giving Bustamante a 10-second stop-go penalty for infringing starting procedure. The rest of the formation lap goes by without incident, and the cars line up on the grid. Lights go out and Pulling gets off the line quite aggressively, while Verg keeps Pan in P3. Pan and Lloyd are both given 5-second penalties for false starts. Chambers, Lloyd and Hamda are clustered tightly through turn 5, with Chambers coming out in front and Marti pressuring Lloyd. Bustamante heads to the pit lane to serve her penalty at the end of lap 2. Pulling gets fastest lap, as she does pretty much every lap for the rest of the race. Into lap 3, Bustamante rejoins the race in P16 and 30 seconds behind. In Sector 2, Hamda sizes up Lloyd but is facing mounting pressure from Marti, while Lloyd is focused on Chambers. By lap 5, the pack has spaced out quite comfortably and the drivers have all found stable spaces. Hamda starts pressuring Lloyd into turn 1 of lap 6. De Hoyce spins out at turn 2 while trying to overtake Nobles, bringing a yellow flag and an investigation after the race for failing to properly use the escape road when rejoining the race. Nobles cuts turn 2. De Hoyce gets back into proceedings quickly and a green flag is subsequently waved. Marti redoubles her pressure on Hamda in Sector 2 and, by turn 17, Marti is right on Hamda's back wheels. Marti and Hamda seem to have difficulty keeping up with their targets in lap 7. At turn 15 of lap 8, Nobles begins a sustained attack on Edgar. In lap 9, Hamda attacks the inside of Lloyd into turn 6. They're neck and neck through the corner, but Lloyd pulls away into turn 7. At turn 8, Marti has closed the gap to Hamda, but loses the ground again by turn 9. In the final lap, Hamda has lost ground on Lloyd, but starts pulling it back through turns 1 and 2. Pan manages to get 5.208 seconds ahead of P4, ensuring that her penalty doesn't impact her position, resulting in Abby Pulling 27 points, Maya Verg 18, Dorian Pan 16, Leah Block 12, Chloe Chambers 10, Hamda Alkhabazi 8, Nerea Marti 6, Carrie Schreiner 4, Ella Lloyd 2, Tina Hausman 1, with Lola Lovinfoss, Amna Alkhabazi, Jessica Edgar, Aurelia Nobles, Emily de Hoyce and Bianca Bustamante bringing up the bottom of the table. In race 2, the grid looks like P1 Abby Pulling, P2 Dorian Pan, P3 Maya Verg, P4 Leah Block, P5 Nerea Marti, P6 Hamda Alkhabazi, P7 Carrie Schreiner, P8 Ella Lloyd, P9 Chloe Chambers, P10 Bianca Bustamante, P11 Emily de Hoyce, P12 Tina Hausman, P13 Jessica Edgar, P14 Aurelia Nobles, P15 Lola Lovinfoss and P16 Amna Alkhabazi. This time the formation lap goes by without incident and the drivers line up. Lights go out and Pulling finds a nice clean lead while Pan and Verg run side by side to turn 1. Verg pulls slightly ahead through turns 1 and 2, while Schreiner cuts turn 2 and is said to be investigated for failing to follow correct re-entry procedure. Nobles and Edgar also cut the corner, but they use the escape road properly. Pan and Verg return to wheel-to-wheel racing into turn 3. Verg pulls ahead into turn 5 and Schreiner comes neck and neck with Lloyd. Pan checks the inside of Verg through turn 6. Verg tries to keep on top of Pan's attack up to turn 7, comes out ahead, even if only just. Out of the corner, Block tries to pressure Pan but has has to fall in behind into turn 8, while Hamda comes up on Chambers around the outside of the corner. Out of turn 13, Bustamante tries to find space alongside Shriner, but ultimately has to drop back, with Chambers right on her tail. Block 6 with Pan through turn 3 of lap 2. Nobles runs wide and hits the wall at turn 6. Out of turn 6, Chambers attacks Bustamante on the outside and manages to pressure her into falling back, allowing Chambers to take P9 in turn 7. De Hoyst closes the gap to Bustamante through turn 10. Down the home straight, Lloyd closes the gap to Hamda. Pulling takes fastest lap. Lloyd keeps the pressure on Hamda through the start of lap 3. Chambers starts being very aggressive towards Shriner through turn 5. Bustamante spins out at turn 6 and a safety car is deployed. Bustamante catches back up to the pack in lap 4 and the safety car ends at turn 15. Pulling restarts into turn 16 and Verg and Pan keep up with her into lap 5. Marty tries to attack Block into turn 1, but Block immediately pulls out to defend. Houseman hits Bustamante through turn 1, giving Bustamante airtime and Houseman a 10-second penalty. Marty tries to find an offensive line through turns 2 and 3. Hamda and Lloyd are neck and neck on the approach to turn 4, but Hamda holds position while Shriner tries to take Lloyd on the inside. Hamda runs shallow on the inside of turn 5, but can't find an opening and pulls back in behind Marty. Shriner moves to the inside of turn 6, but Hamda and Lloyd defend. Chambers joins the conga line through turn 8. Lovenfoss pressures Amner through turn 15, and Edgar joins in on the approach to turn 16. Lovenfoss takes an inside line through turn 16, but can't find an opening before falling in behind at turn 17. Pulling makes getting fastest lap a trend. Houseman is told to box as she passes turn 13 of lap 6. Chambers keeps right on Shriner's back wing through turn 14, but loses ground through the final corner. In lap 7, Chambers catches back up to Shriner and redoubles her efforts through turns 1 and 2. Houseman spins out on turn 1 of lap 8, but manages to get going again in short order. Pan slowly closes the gap to Verg. Chambers pressures Shriner hard into turn 16. De Hoyst starts closing the gap to Chambers as they move into lap 9. By turn 13, Shriner and Chambers have built a safe distance from the cars behind, while Nobles comes up on De Hoyst. Shriner brakes hard into turn 7 of lap 10, forcing Chambers to run wide and drop back. Chambers tries an outside line into turn 13, but can't find the room needed to overtake. She leaves the corner right on Shriner's back wing. On the approach to turn 14, Chambers baits Shriner to the outside, then moves to the inside, allowing her to slip through the corner and take position. Houseman gets a black and white flag for track limits violations. Chambers faces pressure from Shriner, De Hoyst, Nobles and Amner into turn 16, but finds a comfortable space out of turn 18. Amner moves to the inside of the home straight in lap 11, while Nobles moves to defend. They run 2 abreast into turn 1, but Amner drops back. Through turn 2, Amner takes an outside line, inching ahead into turn 3, where she moves down the inside and completes the overtake out of the corner. Noble sticks on her back wing through turn 5, while Lovenfoss tries to find an opening to overtake both. Lovenfoss tries an inside line on turn 6, but Nobles holds her back. Chambers moves to the outside on the approach to turn 8, and darts on the inside on the entry of the corner. Shriner cannot do anything about this, and Chambers slips ahead. Nobles and Lovenfoss jockey for position until turn 8, where Nobles comes out in front. Pulling crosses the line on the final lap with nearly 4 seconds of headroom on Verg, resulting in Pulling 28 points, Verg 18, Pan 15, Block 12, Marty 10, Hamda 8, Lloyd 6, Chambers 4, Shriner 2, De Hoyst 1, with Amner, Nobles, Lovenfoss, Bustamante, Edgar and Houseman bringing up the bottom of the table, leaving our standings for the season so far at Abby Pulling 245 points, Dorian Pan 150 points, Maya Verg 120 points, Chloe Chambers 103 points, Nerea Marty 101 points, Hamda Alkabazi 87 points, Bianca Bustamante 57 points, Leah Block 36 points, Carrie Shriner 24 points, Aurelia Nobles 22 points, Jessica Edgar 22 points, Tina Houseman 17 points, Amner Alkabazi 12 points, Lola Lovenfoss 11 points, and Emily De Hoyst 10 points. Join us next time when we look at round 6 at Lusail International Circuit, Qatar. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Good night.